Hey mechanics friends, hope you're doing well today. I'm here to just give you a little bit of an overview for Lab 1, which is basically taking some force versus displacement data from a UTM test and converting it into stress versus strain for different materials and then making some comparisons. So that's pretty much the gist of the experiment. So I know in this online version, I had to give you some data and I have some videos so you can watch some of the samples being tested and then you can see them break, and then I have the data provided for you. Now remember, from the UTM test, we get force and we get displacement. We need to convert that force versus displacement into stress versus strain. So we're going to need some dimensional properties like the initial length of the specimen as well as the cross-sectional area, so that we can do those conversions from change in length over initial length to get strain, and then the force divided by the initial area to get engineering stress. So I think that pretty much wraps up the crux of the experiment. I hope that makes sense to you. And I'm going to walk you through some of the ways to work with this data in a spreadsheet format. So you can check that out if you are maybe not have the best skills with spreadsheets. Hopefully these couple videos outlining how to do it for Lab 1 will be helpful to you, and will also help you in the future as you get, if you go into material testing and you need to do this and you need to check for the yield stress or figure out the modulus of elasticity. These will give you some tools to be able to do that. So, all right, check it out. The first thing I want to do is I want to consolidate all the test data into one file. So I opened up a blank worksheet, and I'm going to copy the data from other sheets into here. So I do that by going, opening up the other sheets. I right-click on the Sheet 1 tab, and I picked, I want to make a copy. I'm going to make sure I check that box. And also I'm sending it to that new worksheet, or that new book is what they call it here in Excel. And so I do that, and so now when I open up that new book, you can see all the data from the brass was then input. Now I'm going to do this for the other samples. In this example, I have 4 samples, and so I'm going to get all of those sets of data into the one workbook. After that, I just spend a little bit of time organizing the data, renaming some of the tabs, and of course saving my workbook so that I can save my progress and make sure I don't lose any of the work that I've done. The final thing we need to do is we also need the data from all the samples. So the one worksheet has all the different samples with the initial diameter, initial length, final length. And so we'll need that data to help calculate strain and stress. So I'm going to copy that data over into its own tab as well so it's readily available.